one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
From WAFB 9 News, two Independence police officers have been arrested in connection with the murder of a 30-year-old man, according to the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office in Louisiana. Now, Mitchell Rainey and Caitlin Rainey were taken into custody and booked for malfeasance in office and obstruction of justice. The arrests stem from the investigation into the death of David Parnell Jr., who was found unresponsive in a home on Crossover Road. Again, this is in Louisiana. Deputies responded to the residence around noon on January 23rd of this year after receiving a call about an unresponsive person. When they arrived, they discovered Parnell dead in his bedroom. An autopsy later confirmed his death as a homicide, according to the TP Sheriff's Office. Investigators learned that Mitchell Rainey, who was acquainted with Parnell, removed evidence from the crime scene without notifying detectives or having the authority to do so. Authorities also determined that Caitlin Rainey later tampered with the evidence. Detectives are continuing to investigate the case and are working to identify the person or persons responsible for Parnell's death. Um, this is an interesting one. Now, the two aren't really being charged with homicide or killing of Parnell, but it's very interesting that this Mitchell Rainey, he was acquainted with Parnell, he knew him, and removed some of the evidence. What is that? What was that? Hey, here's that thing I loaned him about 3 years ago. It's mine now. You ain't gonna need it no more. I don't know. It's very interesting. Um, but when I was an animal control officer, I remember that I'd been to a couple of deaths. One was a particular suicide, one was a homicide. And in fact, there was a party that was going on. There were still people outside talking to the cops. They asked me to come late at night and remove the dogs from the home so that they could investigate. When they had arrested the guy, they said that they were arguing, and one guy shot the other. He was still in the bedroom floor laying there. And when I went in to get the dogs, the cops had stressed, don't step on anything. If you can help it, don't kick anything, move anything. Just try to get the dogs. Um, and I tried. I had to get another officer out there to help me because they were just running all over the place. Cops they were like, "You're going to get them?" Yeah, if I can catch them. But on a homicide investigation, that's what's stressed. Don't move anything. Don't just leave it like it is because we need to know what happened before this guy ended up deceased.